A cat, when it is born, cannot see unless it is exposed to light within a certain time frame after its birth. If the cat is not exposed to light within that time frame, the cat will be blind from birth. In other words, to a kitten, newly born, light is kind of like spiritual energy. Light evokes in the kitten a learning experience that changes its life from that time forward. I know this is a stretch, but bear with me. Because then there is Helen Keller. She became deaf and lost her sense of sight due to illness at an early age before she had acquired the ability to speak. She did not learn language until years later, when it was taught to her by her friend, teacher, and lifelong companion, Anne Sullivan. The acquisition of language was to Helen Keller a kind of spiritual energy. It opened her imagination to new experiences and fresh insights that in turn provoked more new experiences, more new relationships, more new imaginings, and fresh ideas. Helen Keller's experiences learning language inspired her to write 14 books and hundreds of essays and speeches. She became a disability rights activist and lived a full life to the age of 87. What light is to a kitten born in darkness, Anne Sullivan was to Helen Keller. Anne Sullivan taught Helen Keller language by repetition. It is by inference, by repetition, that people acquire a particular language. And so it is with the cat. In order to achieve sight, the kitten needs to be exposed to light at a certain stage of its early life development. With light, the kitten's brain is able to make inferences needed to correlate its sense of touch and taste and smell to the images that it can see only in light. This correlation process is inference. It's not deduction, it's inference, induction. It is insight about experience from experience. Consciousness is the term I would like to use to describe the change that happened to Helen Keller when she acquired language. Consciousness is also the term I would like to apply to the cat when the cat was exposed to light and acquired sight. Helen Keller became conscious of language. The cat began a lifelong journey of interpreting the language of shadows and colors and shapes. So, as I've described it here, consciousness is not all that exotic. In fact, it's pretty fundamental to being alive. The cat is conscious, and so is Helen Keller.